Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. So today we'll be making AMAGWINYA, fat cooks or fat cakes, whatever it is that you choose to call them. I'll be using the South African recipe. I'm not necessarily sure if other countries do the same, but this is how I've been taught, this is how my mom has been taught, and this is how my grandmother has been taught. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. The ingredients that we're using are 8 cups of flour, 2 cups of sugar, 1 sachet of instant yeast, lukewarm water, and some cooking oil. Sift the flour before adding any of the other ingredients, just so you can get rid of the thick and solid pieces that come with the flour. I used instant yeast for this recipe, but later on I was like, I should have used baking powder, which I think is a much better option. With baking powder, the process is just faster and it goes smoother than when you use instant yeast. I was so annoyed by the end of this. Add 2 cups of sugar. If you want them to be sweeter, then you can have more sugar, but I don't want them to be sweet because I'm eating them with bologna or atchar, so it's up to you really. With this step, you need to be careful of how much water you pour into your mixture. If you pour too much water, your mixture will end up being a liquid, and then you'll have to add more flour or even all of your other ingredients. So then add 1 cup at a time and then mix everything with your hand. If you still feel like your mixture is dry, then just keep adding water as you go. Now that I'm done kneading my dough, I'm gonna cover it with a tray. You can cover it with some foil or whatever you want to use. We cover the dough so that it can rise, and when it rises, then you know that the yeast has been activated. Another method that my grandma used to use was to cover the whole dish with a blanket so that the whole process could go faster. But because it's so hot, I'm not going to cover the bowl with the blanket. I'm just going to put it in the oven. I'm not going to heat up the oven either. I'm just going to keep it there, and I'll check it every 45 minutes to an hour just to see if it has risen, and then I'll knead it, and yeah. Yo, guys, I'm tired now. So by this time, I had kneaded the dough twice already, and I was getting frustrated because 2 hours had passed and the dough hadn't risen the way I had expected it to. And so now I felt like punching it will be the only way to actually activate the yeast and get the dough to rise. So if you're feeling like you're frustrated, you're angry at the world, I would recommend that you do this activity because it was so therapeutic. Like, this was the perfect way of me to let out all of my frustration. I was so annoyed by this point. So I finally got the perfect and satisfying size at the end. I can see some bubbles and now it is twice the size. So I'm gonna knead it for the last time and then fry my amagwinyas finally. So I finally got the perfect and satisfying size at the end. I can see some bubbles and now it is twice the size. So I'm gonna knead it for the last time and then fry my amagwinyas finally. I'm just gonna baste the counter with some cooking oil so the dough doesn't stick onto it. And then from there on, I'm also gonna apply some cooking oil onto my hands so the dough doesn't stick onto my hands either. And then I'll just roll and cut the dough into any shapes that I like. You can cut them up into any shapes you like as well. I cut them up into squares and rectangles. And the fun part about this is that you can have your kids do it with you so they can have fun as well. Pour 2 to 3 cups of cooking oil into your pot. You basically want your dough to be swimming in the cooking oil, so just pour as much as you think is good for you. Don't fry them on a high temperature. Make sure your temperature is on medium, or else the outside layer will burn before the center is well cooked. When the bottom layer is crispy and brown, you can turn it over so that you can fry the top layer as well. You can make them as light or as dark as you want them to be. I like them medium brown so they look lightish. But you can go really dark if you want them to be darker. Just be careful so that it doesn't get burnt. This is how the end product looks. You can eat them with some polony, acha, or top them with some syrup or honey. It's all up to you. Till next time, bye.